and then we'll start. It's been a while since we've done a podcast like this with more than one person. Alright, let's see. Are we live? We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another podcast with your host, with a roast, Giovanni Torrado. And we got one new person and one normal other side guest. We got Smoke Carbon 13.
How's it going, everybody?
And we got the new person already in the chat, Mr. Super Squad.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Exactly. Alright, so it's been a while, like I said before, since we had just me doing the podcast, and as you can see, I got my orange frame, my lollipop for trick-or-treating, and you got some spooky stuff on the right side there. Anyways, that's for Halloween. We're here to talk about some NASCAR. So what do you guys want to start off with? You want to start off with Kansas? You want to start off with the Roval? Because it's been a while since we did this, so we still have to talk about the Roval. So that's how far.
You want to talk about like the races, like Roval, Kansas, and etc.
Yeah. So let's start off with the Roval. What'd you think of it? First of all, what do you think of the layout?
Where the cars, before they get on the banking, I think it was, turn 8 or so?
Yeah.
There, where when they have to go around the loop area?
Yeah.
The kind of like the infield. I kind of wish they added that, especially where I was sitting, where the cars were getting on the banking.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of wish they were racing there because there was so many left or right turns on that, something major can happen during that if they actually race there, and I really wish they added that. Yeah,
the cars had to go really slow through there, so it wouldn't be as much of a wreck fest through there.
But a lot of people would have their adrenaline rush, and people thinking they'll be getting brake checked and all that.
Yeah, that is true. That means that Truex would have been dumped earlier on the last lap. You have any thoughts, Super Squad, on the layout, or you think it's just all good, or it's all trash, or?
The layout, at first, it wasn't good, like when they had that like backstretch chicane where the wall was, and then when they moved it back, it was better. That's the only thing for me.
Alright. I personally thought that the Roval was, I wouldn't say perfect, but it was pretty satisfying. I think that the two chicanes is what made most of the race risky, because they had to be 100% accurate every time they went through there, and especially you've seen Jimmy Johnson on the last lap, he choked, and that could have basically happened on any lap, but the last lap is where you really try to rush. But yeah, the Roval layout is cool. Never expected it to come to NASCAR, and yeah, I think it was a good addition. So let's talk about the Roval race itself. Did you expect Ryan Blaney to be a factor here?
Well, with like Kyle Larson and Keselowski and basically like you'd be expecting the fastest car to win, but it doesn't happen all the time. The fastest car doesn't always win, is the one who refused to lose.
Mm-hmm.
But with Keselowski and Larson crashing, we only watched like Truex Jr. and Jimmy Johnson go it out.
Yeah.
But duke it out. But we wasn't expecting Ryan Blaney to be a factor because he wasn't with, Truex and Johnson. And Truex and Johnson wrecked. They spun out.
Alright, just real quick, I just want to pause. Sorry. I am going to invite my boy Carnation because he wants to join. So he's going to join. All right,
You might hear some nice ASMR chewing.
Yeah, ASMR. Okay, we allow ASMR on my channel. So I gave you the invite. Anyways, alright, hold on. Before you say anything, let me finish my sentence, Carnation. But I honestly thought anyone could win, kind of like a plate race, except for like really low teams. But I could have expected Bowman to win, or Byron, or
Benedetto got 13.
yeah. I think it was just the fact that two of the fastest cars wrecked on the last lap, which caused Blaney to be a factor there.
How's it going, Carnation?
Yeah, how you doing?
Good. I'm doing good. So are we talking about the Kansas race?
No, I haven't done this in a very long time, so right now we're doing the Roval, actually.
Oh my god.
I know, we're doing...
We're a month behind.
Might as well talk about the Darlington throwback race, am I right?
Yeah, exactly.
But, okay, I'm just gonna ask you a basic question. Did you like the Roval layout?
On NASCAR 3, no. On anything else, yes.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
The thing is that, like, the Roval was introduced, everyone was scared it was going to be, oh my god, someone's going to die on the back straightaway chicane. But everyone forgot about the first turn. And, yeah, the first turn claimed a lot of victims.
Yeah.
You give everybody heartburn. But other than that, the race itself was it was amazing to watch. I just woke up and I realized, oh god, the race is today. And I just turned on my TV and I stood there for about 3-4 hours watching the race. I could not get my eyes off the TV. That's how good the race was. Especially those last couple of laps. Like I was thinking this is gonna be a freaking fuel mileage race. He's gonna win because I mean, yeah. And then I caution come out. Ricky Stenhouse obviously crashes for about the 80th billion times in his career, and then we go back onto green, and Brad Keselowski decides I'm going to die, and he goes no brakes in the first corner, with about half the field, and then we get
disconnected.
Yeah, because controller he ran out of batteries in the middle of the race, and then. Final lap, so I see Jimmy Johnson and Martin Truex Jr. If you don't understand how good the battle was between them, it was like watching. It was basically two champions brought it all out, and the finish was incredible.
Yeah.
And, as Kyle Petty would say it, that was incredible. And then Ryan Blaney sneaked through the chaos to win, as I'm surprised. And then you see Kyle Larson with his potato driving past Jeffrey Earnhardt, and then you realize, oh god, Larson's in the playoffs. Jimmy just got eliminated.
But as a spectator of the race, you don't really know much until you actually watch the race at home and stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't know if Larson was eliminated or what. And my phone died. I couldn't look it up.
Oh,
but
dude.
Man, as a spectator at the Roval race, man, the cheer was the crowd went loud, man, and I really hope they have another Roval race. Even though I feel like it's gonna be the like a one-time race.
I don't know,
I hope
dude.
it does come back.
I feel like it's gonna come back. I have a feeling it is.
Yeah,
I really do.
If Charlotte knows what it's doing, if NASCAR knows what it's doing, they're gonna keep that.
Yeah.
Another thing I realized from the race, we saw two very illegal cars on the racetrack. One of them had that big thing to have a drag, and the other had a big Bojangles ramp on the front of his car. So those are some pretty illegal cars on the racetrack. I don't know what they were doing out there. I don't know if NASCAR can penalize them.
You can actually buy a Kyle Larson T-shirt of his mangled car from the Roval. I actually have it.
Yeah.
Absolutely relentless.
Yeah, I actually have it.
Yeah, dude.
If they ever make a race version out of that, I'm actually going to. I don't care how much it costs. I'm getting that.
Yeah,
they really need to update the Roval on Heat 3.
Probably get it custom.
Yeah, because that back straightaway wall claims more victims than anything else.
I would pick it up since I was at the race and I'm a Larson fan, so I think
Yeah.
it's a pretty cool addition.
Talking
to my
about Kyle
collection.
Larson, let's jump a bit forward into the future over here. You got eliminated at Kansas.
Well, what was the race after the Roval anyway?
Nobody
Talladega.
knows because yeah, it was.
All right, let's just talk about
that
Talladega.
it was Richmond, right? No, yeah,
Dude, it was Dover.
it was
Dover.
Yeah, it was Dover.
Well,
Which is-
Dover was pretty much boring. You had the big one with like 4 to go, and you got Keselowski, Amarola. He was strong all day. Bowman. Who else was in it? I think Kurt. No, not Kurt. Kurt went by it.
Almirola.
Truex was in it a little bit.
Yeah,
Almirola,
Truex.
obviously.
But yeah, that race, Chase got the win, of course. That was probably what made the race. And we're going to move on to Talladega now, since Dover's a little bit irrelevant.
And then Talladega's even more relevant.
Yeah, Talladega, I always liked plate racing, and I know a lot of people would disagree with that, but I'm just a plate racing guy no matter what kind of formation it is, 2011 or 2013 with the single file all the time, like how it is now. But I think that SHR, like, they obviously did something in their cars, but it's just what they did is what, honestly, I'm just wondering, like, if they just cheated in a way that no one could tell, or...
No, we all know what they did. So, Stuart Haas decided, so Stuart Haas, you know how, like, on the restarts, they always got in line, and then they just went, you just choo-choo in front of the field for, like, 80% of the race.
Yeah.
The thing is, in the back, there was also, like, constant, I believe the reason is that Stuart Haas, why obviously so dominant, isn't because wasn't because they were cheating or anything. It was because the rest of the field wasn't trying. They couldn't find a way to work together and line themselves up in order to try to catch up. Because they were too busy almost causing the big one every single lap. While Stuart Haas was up here with no problems whatsoever, probably lapping Jeffrey Earnhardt.
What I remember, was it Joey Logano and Keselowski that...
Oh yeah.
They were trying to make a move, but I think it was Blaney, or I know it was Paul Menard who screwed up screwed up the plan, and I did get pissed about it because it would have been they would have catched Stuart Haas Racing cars, at least try. I mean, they would at least got up there, but passing the SHR cars is gonna be tough.
You know, I was very disappointed with Bowman at Talladega because he was the one leading the second pack with what, like 10 to go. I can't remember, but he was in charge of getting that second pack up to the first pack. And I mean, they were always switching lanes, and I mean, I wasn't 100%. I can't remember 100% clearly, but all I know is they were unsuccessful. And Bowman was good at side drafting on the high line, but he was way too aggressive at times. So, I mean, it's good to be aggressive, but when it's at a plate track, you gotta keep it cool.
You gotta be safe.
Gotta be safe.
This ain't NASCAR E3. You can't throw your soul into the field and hope for the best.
Yeah. I mean, it's possible.
Another thing with
What?
Paul Menard was, like, he's technically a teammate, like, of them. So...
Yeah, because they're Fords, and that would be like Chip Ganassi and Hendrick Lee in the field at Daytona, you know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing. At least it was
Like Toyota, because everybody would just be yelling, "Cheating Toyotas! It's confirmed." There was. I'm gonna be freaking out.
I got a good question for all you guys.
Alright.
I even mentioned it in a few of my videos about the Big Three.
Yes.
I believe the Big Three is not dead, even though Truex is not performing as well as like Harvick and Kyle Busch.
Oh no.
My reason that the Big Three is not dead is because Kevin Harvick and you could say Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch was still running good, especially at Kansas. But even with Harvick at Dover and Kansas, he'll be leading laps, and with the turning of the events of the whole race is that he gets penalties, and Chase Elliott, I mean, he won Dover and Kansas, in which those races Harvick was leading most of the race. I wouldn't say the only big three I think that the only driver in the big three I think that still has the speed from the rest of the season is Kevin Harvick.
Yeah, definitely. He definitely showed it at Kansas until he got that speeding penalty, which really showed his speed. But the racing kid in the chat right now, he said he believes that it's dead. It's now called the Big Four, and that would definitely have to include Chase Elliott. I believe that he's good enough for the Big Four. It's just he has a really good really good momentum right now, and Martinsville is the perfect race for him this week. There could be no better racetrack to go to other than a plate track, because you've seen him last year. Hopefully Denny Hamlin doesn't kill him again. But
wait, excuse me. Wait, what did you just say? What did you just say? Denny Hamlin. Okay, here's the thing. Now I'm gonna start like a little rant here. So, last year we all know the situation that happened. Danny Hamlin and Chase Elliott got together, closing laps. Everyone freaked out. Hamlin is out the state driver in NASCAR. In the meantime, Kyle Busch is raining down his pot of gold while everybody else is crying about Denny and Chase. But here's the thing. I don't know if you've seen short tracks, Canadian Tire, any track that really involves a lot of contact, because I feel like that was just a racing incident. And I'm pretty sure Denny Hamlin wouldn't be dumb enough to not only intentionally wreck the most popular team in the sport, but also do it when the race is about to end, because if you know what you're doing, then I'm pretty sure that okay, look, here's the thing. I'm pretty sure he didn't mean to. I'm pretty sure he tried to, maybe do a bump in front of me. That was Keselowski. He literally just nearly just put him in the wall, the lap before. And then Hamlin just tried to do something aggressive. It's a short track. Shit happens. You know what was dirty of Denny, though? You know what was? When he threw Ryan Blaney into the wall with no hesitation because he couldn't win. He probably was pissed. His hand off, and he was like, "I can't win this. I'm gonna turn my wheel to the left and just hope for the best."
He's on Adderall, guys.
Yes, he was on. He was on Adderall. It was on cocaine and Adderall. Anyways, so he throws Ryan Blaney into the wall, and then there's this freaking 15-car pileup on the front stretch. But everybody's still crying about Chase and Denny. Chase and Denny was a racing incident. Ryan and Denny should be the actual rivalry. Because Denny had no real reason to throw Ryan Blaney to the wall like he was a sock puppet, alright? There, we're at done. Denny's an asshole.
Yeah, well, what I see is Denny Hamlin never really got off his bumper going into the turn and jacked up his wheels.
Yes, but who hasn't done that in NASCAR Heat 3 at least once?
That's different. That's a game.
No, but here's the thing. No, yeah, but here's the thing. Pretty sure you've seen a lot of drivers who got on drivers' bumpers. And, we saw, people, not we saw, because I'm pretty sure we're way too young for this, Terry Labonte and Dale Earnhardt, Todd and Bristol. We saw Dale Earnhardt literally against everybody. Joey Logano and, Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, and literally everybody, Morgan Shepherd and his uncle, I don't know who else.
Honestly,
and the other car on top of him.
Yeah.
We've seen it a lot of times.
Honestly, when that Chase and Denny incident first happened, I was mad for the first 10 seconds because, I wanted Chase to win. And most fans were still mad after that because of Denny. Honestly, I didn't know how to feel about it at the moment. I was just like, okay, Kyle Busch won. That was boring. And that was basically how I felt. I was more concerned about the winner, but let's go back to the Big Four because that's connected to this. That Chase could possibly, most likely, get the win at Martinsville.
No, shut. No.
I mean,
Okay,
he's gonna be a favorite.
Yes, I know. Chase is already a favorite. And he's already basically, I'm pretty sure he's going to somehow get second at Homestead behind Kyle Busch. But, the thing is that everybody, that car is hyping Chase way too much. Okay, just because he got his redemption at Dover, then he's gonna get his redemption at Martinsville, right? Chase, you know, he has luck, he has momentum, he has all the rules behind him, but that doesn't mean he's gonna win every single next race in NASCAR. Please stop marketing him like he's going to be the next Rick Petty and just go, boom, I win, boom, I win, boom, I win, and then go on the Homestead and he's gonna be like 18 seconds in the field, okay? It's not gonna happen. We all know that Derek Hope is gonna wreck him on the final lap.
It's kind of like how I feel about with Kyle Larson. With NASCAR, keep milking about he's gonna win, he's gonna go 4 in a row at Michigan. And I'm like, guys, these races are so unpredictable.
Yeah.
That anything can happen to the favorite. So
Yes.
I just look at it and I'm like, yeah, he's really good at that track and possibly could get it done, but you have to worry about the other 39 competitors and stuff.
I need to. Okay, so can we get back to Dover for a second? Somebody apparently on Reddit bet $500 Jimmy Johnson would win before the race.
It's probably Michael Rooks.
Probably. I'm gonna tag
okay.
Michael in this now.
I feel bad for Michael because he was at the race.
Yeah.
No, I feel bad for. No, I feel even worse for Michael because he's gonna have to race me.
Oh man. And you know how Michael
Anyway.
races on his streams.
No, Michael is aggressive. That's all I know.
He is though. You
Here's
know
the
what?
thing, I feel. Actually, okay, let's step away from reality for a second, and let's go on to NASCAR Heat 3 leagues, because that's what everybody's talking about, apparently.
Definitely.
So we have my 2 leagues. I have the one I host that's falling apart slowly. And then I
Yeah.
also have the one that's actually going right, the YouTube Pro Series I'm going to run full time, finish last. Somebody count how many laps I lapped at Martinsville. Because if you do, you're a legend. Anyways, I have a feeling that in the league, there's gonna be everybody's gonna hate each other, but like after you know virtual racetrack, everyone's gonna be like, "Hi, how are you? Let's collab on the video." I hope this is gonna happen.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what's gonna happen. But all I'm gonna pray for, is Michael Maroon and Kamikaze get in a fight. Please.
You know, I honestly, my guess for the Talladega League race, the Pepsi Series is gonna be Limestone, and you probably. I'm not kidding. I think that he's gonna be like a back marker on the last lap. We all wreck, and he's just gonna be.
That's literally what will basically happen at Daytona, except the guy was out front when everybody wrecked in the back.
I think that's gonna happen. Limestone's gonna get Chevy's first win.
I'll be watching.
All the races so far have been Ford wins by Penske. Now the points leader has left, and GT is leading the points right now. So 4.
I know this is the second time I've been in the lead now. This is getting pretty crazy. I haven't won one race yet. I've choked 4 times now.
Wait, I'm hearing something. Someone come in.
Carnation, I got a question. When I took over Oak's ride for the Dover race, and I don't know how many points he was like before I took his ride and I got him the points. What were they? Do you remember?
I don't know exactly. All I know is that you made him go from like 4th or 3rd in points to 2nd.
Yeah. I mean, I helped him out really good, so I was just wondering.
Carbon to drive the 24 in the 2019 Pepsi Series.
Yes. No, you know what? I'm planning. If PlayStation can make these parties like a bit bigger, like 4 more people, please, so we can have more people race. Because I'm tired of having these small. Like, I have more people, But the thing is, I need everybody in communication, and the YouTube Pro Series doesn't have this problem. Because everybody's an adult, but we're all a bunch of little kids. Okay? PlayStation, please help us.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
Do you know who the oldest is in the that league?
I think it's Rusty. Oh, are we talking about the Pepsi series or just our series?
The Pepsi series.
No, I don't know who's the oldest.
I mean, I'm 20 years old, so.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah. I'm getting old. I just turned 20,
Elderly man.
about 2 weeks.
I do not share my age. No, I already did. Anyways,
I do not share my age.
we didn't talk about Kansas yet. Bowman hit the wall 20 times and Chase won.
Lane also hit the wall a bunch of times.
Harvick got that
Truex.
penalty which changed the race.
A
Lightning
lot.
McQueen was sitting in the stands. What else? What else do we listen? What else?
Truex hit the
Actually,
wall. Byron went up in smoke.
He was hot
Yo.
boxing that car.
You know what's weird?
What's that?
I was. Whenever Clint Boyer goes up in smoke, everybody is gonna make fun of him. So the smoke car goes up in smoke.
You know,
You know, I'm actually really happy that Kansas race went that way, because, like, sure, it didn't have anything happen until, like, the final couple laps. But thank God there wasn't a wreck. 'Cause every single time Kansas has a wreck, it's always going to be either big or vicious, or both. Or someone's going to go like, ATV over the cash pens.
oh my God. Final
At this
destination.
point, like, yeah, 'cause look, past 3 Kansas races, you've had Eric Almirola's injury, Eric Jones go like halfway up and over, and then William Byron hits the wall head on and then get on top of Ryan Newman, like everybody has done. But at least this race didn't have anybody get a serious injury, and I'm really happy about that.
Kansas has been pretty eventful lately.
Yeah.
I mean, you had the
Oh, and
Kenseth and
but then
Logano. You had Kenseth and Logano. You
Yeah.
had Dale Jr., which he had a really fast car in 2014 and hit the wall.
Oh my God,
that one
yeah.
really hurt my feelings.
Major F.
Alright,
That one really hurt my feelings.
so there's 3 tracks that are very similar, and those 3 tracks would be Chicago, Kansas, and Las Vegas. Which one is your favorite out of those 3?
Oh, we already know who's gonna win this. We already know, if y'all have seen the past couple of races at every single track, your favorite has to be Kansas. Look,
Okay,
here's
miss.
the thing. Here's the thing. Sure, Chicago had the greatest finish of all time, and sure, Las Vegas had a pretty good race itself. But those have been really the only memorable races at those separate tracks. Kansas has had memorable races like the past since the repave, and there's always been something memorable happen there. Either if it's a wreck, if it's a battle lead, if it's Jeff Gordon winning, good. If it's and now Chase Elliott wins there, and everybody obviously roots for him. So, anyways.
Yeah. So we have 2 races in the season that are in Las Vegas, and we have 2 races in the season that are in Kansas. Do you
Yes.
think that if they had a second Chicagoland race, would the racing be the same, or do you think the playoffs would affect the racing?
The playoffs would affect the racing, definitely. Here's the thing: if in the playoffs, it's gonna be way than the frickin' spring race. If
Yeah.
it's not in the playoffs, it's gonna be your average 5-mile.
And then you would have twice the better finish at the end, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can only imagine that. Dude, Chicagoland having a second race. They should honestly replace a race for a second Chicagoland. Or
no. In Michigan.
Alright, I'm gonna go somewhere, and then I'm probably gonna be here for like 20 more minutes and then leave.
alright, well, this thing ends at 9 Eastern, so just remember that.
9 Eastern. I have to go somewhere 9 Eastern so I can stay here the whole time. Yay.
That's like no, not 50. Oh my god. 20-ish minutes.
I will say this about Kansas. Larson had a pretty bad week, but with that secondary car and managed to get third, I was pretty impressed with that.
You know, I'm honestly glad that Bowman has been eliminated because I don't have to have a stroke every week. But other than that, we still got Chase to have a stroke for. I mean, I know Carnation. I can't even remember. Who's your favorite driver again? All right.
Unavailable.
So, anyways, who do you think's gonna be the big? Nah, never mind. Not big. What I meant to say was, who do you think's gonna make it? Never mind, because the elimination race just happened. The Final Four. That's what I meant to say. I was gonna say who's gonna advance to the round of 8, and I was just like, oh, Kansas, it was the race, and then I realized, okay, who do you think's gonna be in the championship 4? Are you gonna make any?
One.
Do you think you're gonna make any bold moves on this one? Truex maybe getting some late momentum.
Well, I gotta say this, but he's like what 9, 10 points ahead or so.
Yeah.
Or more.
You think Logano can make it in?
Well, that's the thing. It's kind of like 2015. Like that was Logano's championship.
Yeah.
But him and Matt Kenseth had that problem. But I would say this: the guys you need to look out for at Martinsville is like Joey Logano, Chase Elliott,
Kyle Busch. Yeah.
Yeah, Kyle Busch is one.
Harvick is also one.
Yeah. But
Don't count out Jimmy.
Yeah, right.
He can't do anything wrong there.
But I will say this, like, people who are not in the playoffs right now, I mean, you still got to look at Denny Hamlin, Brad Keselowski, and Oscar
That
Thompson.
is true. That is true.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
And
here's
they can
another.
take a win from a playoff.
So, what's your championship 4? I'll go first. I'm gonna go with Chase. I'm gonna go with Harvick is for sure. I don't know why I have this weird feeling that Kyle Busch is not gonna make it, and I'm not saying this because I don't want him in, which I don't. But I don't know. There's just this weird feeling of him getting a small streak of DNFs. But if he doesn't, I'll put Kyle Busch in. So we got Chase, Harvick, and Kyle Busch. Number 4. Who's in number 4 now? Does anyone know?
What?
Who's 4th in standings right now?
Chase.
Okay, who's the top 4 in standings right now?
Top 4 is Harvick, Kyle Busch, Truex, Elliott. Then
Wait, Truex.
5th is
Truex is not in the top 4. Well, not supposed to, because he was having bad races over the past what?
Yeah, but he has a playoff point, so he's like 23 points ahead the cut line.
Yeah.
All right, then I'm gonna go with Logano as my 4th one. I think
Logano's 5th right now.
Yeah,
Points.
but I don't know. Logano's been strong lately. So, do you have your final 4, Carbon, or do you not really know?
I do,
Okay.
but
Lars, just kidding.
Who's that? Anyway, I definitely see Harvick and Kyle Busch making it because even though these races are still unpredictable, but they're also going back to tracks again like Texas and Phoenix. But Martinsville, well, Clint Boyer won Martinsville. That's another guy you need to watch out for. Yeah, he could win it, but
Yeah.
no, Martinsville is a very tough track. I can see Harvick, Kyle Busch. I can see Chase Elliott in it,
Yeah.
but I can also see Logano in it too, because because Logano does have that little bit of momentum.
No, I'm just gonna say this right now.
So,
I'm just gonna say this really quick. Larson, if he were to advance, if he did win at Kansas, not knowing what would happen to him in the next few races, I would say that he would have like a 50% shot at getting it, because he is good at Miami, and that's all you really need going into the Final Four.
No.
I mean, not mainly, but that's just like, like most, because you're basically, with the amount of races left, you're basically, if you're in the top 4 of standings right now, you're almost basically in it, but you never know.
Oh, wait, this is kind of a self-advertisement, but not really. So I'm going to go to the Texas race.
Nice.
And I'll probably watch Kevin Harvick pull away by 15 seconds.
Nice.
Nice. By what the previous times have been. And yeah, I'm gonna be there most likely to watch, everything just go down. I don't think it's gonna be that great of a race, but hopefully there's something memorable that happens.
Alright.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to show off or anything, but how many races? Yeah, I seen. His picks are Chase Elliott, Harvick, Logano, and Cuban boy Almirola. And Almirola is he's pretty good. It's just he's not really that consistent. I mean, he's definitely a top 10 person, but I mean, the last I can remember.
12 points.
Yeah.
He's 8th right now, and he's too inconsistent, like you said. And he probably doesn't have a shot to win any of the races.
I mean, I like Almirola. I have no problem with him. It's just that he's just inconsistent enough to where I don't think he could make it in. But I do like him.
His best shot, if anything, is Texas.
Texas.
Texas is everybody's shot, though. I think.
I'm just gonna say this, but I think, being that my favorite driver is Bowman, he has only done 1 lap there in the first Texas race, and I'm sure we know why. And he hasn't really gotten that much practice there, so I'm just not going to bring up my expectations for Bowman. But if anything, I think
Bowman win the race.
No, but Bowman's only 2 chances. We haven't seen him at Miami yet, but my 2 chances, or Bowman's 2 biggest chances, are either Martinsville, where he got that top 5 finish, I believe it was. No, he got 7th, I think.
No, that was top 10.
Yeah,
top 10.
or Phoenix, where he dominated for Dale Jr. in 2016, and Logano.
The only reason he's in Cup.
Basically.
But are you forgetting that Phoenix is reconfigured now? A little bit.
Oh
Yes.
my god, it's the same. It's just the finish line.
No, it's reconfigured to
just
the
like
restarts. Here's the thing, I think this Phoenix race is going to be good because the restarts are literally going to be 5-wide melees of everybody trying to pass. It's going to be insane. You're going to see guys trying to go for trying to pass every single freaking straightaway, and it's going to be cool.
It's going to be like the truck race last year in the playoffs.
Yes.
You know,
You're going to see 18 wide.
I would.
Guess what happened? Yeah, it didn't go so well.
I would believe that they would be doing that kind of crazy stuff on the dog leg, but it's just that every race where there's been lots of controversy before it, it's always proved us wrong, except for the Roval. I mean, Talladega, we thought that it was going to be a Cinderella story, but look what happened. I mean,
it was. We saw. To be honest, it really was.
Yeah.
I'm sure Almirola was up front the entire day, but I don't think anybody fully expected him to win, especially now. He really hasn't been that big of a threat at plate tracks. Never is a threat at plate tracks. Joey Gase was running 12th. 12th.
Yeah. But
And then when he won, I feel like it was like a more story because everybody now knows that how bad Danica was and also how good Almirola is.
Alright,
He has potential.
yeah, we're
Next
gonna
year, he can win the title.
Alright, we're gonna take a long stretch here. Who do you think is gonna be the champion?
Other than Michael Waltrip, Derek Cole.
Oh, definitely, most definitely, yes. But for real, I don't know, man. I think it has to go to Harvick. I don't know. I mean, it could be Chase, but I don't know. I feel like
Chase?
I mean,
If Harvick messes up again like he did like these past 2 races at Dover and Kansas, it could probably be Chase because he's been like second best to Harvick now. Kyle Busch is like Kyle Busch and Chase are like kind of like even right now.
yeah.
You know, actually no. I saw this on the website that I keep track of the points that they were awarded in the Winston format. And according to that, Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick would be like 100 points ahead of everybody. But Kyle Busch will be leading by a tiny bit.
Do you think that a non-playoff driver could still win this year? And if it is, or if it will happen, who?
At Homestead or like any of the tracks?
No, like any of the races left.
I told you about Martinsville already. It's you gotta watch out for Keselowski, Johnson, and
Yeah.
Hamlin.
Definitely. Bubba Wallace is
Johnson
gonna win
wins
because they're
Homestead.
partnered with STP.
Obviously, clearly. Nah, Kyle Larson's going to win because they're partnered with First Data.
What was funny with Larson last year when he wrecked at Martinsville, the car didn't look too bad. He just decided to get out of the car. He just wants the season over with.
I want this season over with too. I wanna see those Mustangs. I wanna see if Chevy can pull away.
I will say this about Homestead. You know, championship drivers. I think it was since 2014. The people who are in the playoffs actually won Homestead till last year. We gotta wait till this year. But Larson is really, really good at Homestead. I mean, he was faster than Truex and Kyle Busch last year. And also, I picked Harvick last year to win the champion because everybody, including y'all, know how hard Harvick is during the playoffs and stuff.
Definitely.
But he didn't really have a good car last year. But coming to Homestead, guys, he's gonna have a hell of a rocket car for sure.
Yeah, he's had momentum all year long, man.
Exactly. And
So I think Harvick and Kyle Busch are obviously going to Homestead. And then we're going to have Chase Elliott. He's going to be the type of guy that's the heel. He's going to be whatever he's looking for. Then we have Eric Almirola just somehow get in. I don't know why I see Eric Almirola going to the Final Four. I'm just guessing. What I want to happen is on the final lap, we have Kyle Busch. And Kyle Busch, NASCAR's bad guy, the guy everybody hates. And then we're going to have Chase Elliott, the guy who everybody likes, having a side-by-side battle. And then to the line, Kyle Busch starts absolutely destroying his bumper. And then he gets put out, and then Kyle Busch wins, and then everybody starts freaking out.
Alright, well now that we've talked about Miami and the upcoming races, let's go even...
So 2019 Daytona 500.
Yes, it's Futuristic Friday. Let's talk about... Okay, here's my 2 questions for everyone. Who's going to win the 500? And I know it's unpredictable, but just straight guess. Will the Chevys pull away, or will the Mustangs pull away? With the new Mustang.
Jimmy Johnson's winning the 500. Second question, no, the Chevys are going to stay somehow like they're gonna do better than this year, but they're not gonna like 16 seconds into the field every single race. They're gonna be more of, I'm just like, they're gonna be like the Chevy SS.
I think it's gonna be like 2017,
Well,
like where they got some wins, they got a good handful, but they're not gonna be like dominating.
well, just think about it. Just like what Bill Elliott said, when you get your first win, they're gonna keep coming a lot quicker than your first win. So
Yeah.
that's
No, but at the same time, you could set up Trevor Bayne. Nothing happened after his wins.
You know.
I'm sure Chase Elliott has another two. Oh, yeah, I actually got his talent. Anyway, yeah, he'll probably get.
I was more talking about Chase Elliott because he got 2 wins in what? About in the course of 3 weeks.
Yeah,
So-
He's won 3 races in 11 weeks.
Already, and he got 2 wins already, a lot quicker than his first win. So
And you
Oh,
know,
that's what I mean.
yeah, that's true.
my prediction to win the 500 is Truex, because if you realize, like, almost a lot of either the qualifying polls for the 500 or the wins are really Cinderella stories, and it almost feels rigged, and I'm not one of those people, but I feel like if you noticed how many times Truex has choked the Daytona 500 away, for instance, 2017 he ran out of gas, in 2016 you had that side-by-side finish. I feel like Truex, being that he hasn't done done that good this year, and that he was the champion last year, I don't know. I feel like he could get it done at Daytona, but that's my pick for the 500, Truex.
But the thing is, the question is,
Can
Yeah,
anybody
why-
catch their goal?
you gotta watch out for like the good restrictor plate races first.
Yeah, that is true, but
you know one thing I have realized.
What's that?
So at plate tracks, Michael McDowell is a serious threat.
yeah,
I'm not even joking.
no, I know.
Like and the Pepsi 400 this year, he was up front most of the race until he got a moment.
Coke 400, Coke Zero.
Leave me alone. Anyways, we have him. You know, he's leading most of the race. Well, he wasn't leading most of the race. He was up front most of the race. So he got on the track, obviously. And then at 500, he also put up a pretty good performance. At Talladega, he also put up a pretty good performance. And even though he hasn't won at those tracks. Well, I have a feeling it's gonna happen sometime soon.
So do you
Because Michael
think?
McDowell, he's kind of the dark horse for a lot of the plate track races.
He just
If
gotta
you have-
have some luck.
Yes. All he has to hope is that Penske and SHR wreck, and he'll be fine.
That's
So
the thing, when like it's kind of like Indianapolis last year when the 2 best cars wrecked, Truex and Kyle Busch. Everybody went all out.
Yeah, and then we had Casey Kane to go, so he won.
Exactly.
So
like with Daytona this year and last year, Daytona 500.
you know, do you think that is true that Michael Marutz is the fuel to Chase Elliott's wins?
No, not at all.
Because he went to 2 of his 3 wins this year.
No, he went to all 3. He secretly went to Kansas. He like teleported.
I seen Chase win this year. I seen Chase win in duel number 2 in person, and that was probably the best part about it, since Bowman didn't want to wreck, so he just went to the back the whole time. Which kind of
my
sucked.
driver almost won at the Roval, so I mean it was pretty cool to see Ryan Blaney win because I do like Ryan Blaney.
Jamie McMurray would have won, but then he just gave the spot away to Blaney.
Derek Cole could have won. Is another big threat. He won the 1990 500. He passed Bill Earhart on the final lap. Proved he's going.
Michael Waltrip's gonna win the 2019 Daytona 500.
Michael Waltrip's gonna win the 2019 championship. Yeah, Dave Marcis is gonna dominate.
All right, probably a few more questions. Do you think Junior will ever bring Junior Motorsports the cup?
Yes.
When?
And then his wife will tear it up completely apart after he dies.
Probably. Teresa Arnhart.
Yeah, but what's his wife like? Africa Earnhardt or something?
Oh my god. Amy. Amy. A-M-Y.
Wait, you said 1995 Daytona 500, right?
1990 Daytona 500.
Sterling Marlin won
I
the...
was like, Sterling Marlin won that.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, I think about it. You know, Sterling Marlin, no, everybody forgets him. He was a serious title for in 2000. But before he got into that crash, he was, dude, he was like up there the entire freaking season.
Yeah.
And he's won two, I think is it 2 500s if I'm right.
Yeah. And wait, who's Sterling Marlin?
Yeah.
Dozens in a
Yeah,
row.
Sterling Marlin. Yes. And he also couldn't do that, so he lost the 2002 500.
Ward Burton won
It was
2002. Yeah.
I live in South Boston, Virginia, where the Burton brothers are from. So, and they have a
Oh.
plaque at hometown with Ward Burton winning
It
Daytona
has,
500.
it has nothing to do with what we're talking about right now. But whenever I remember I went to one of my little local racetrack last year, and there was throwback weekend, and there was like 5 cars that looked like Dale Earnhardt's car, and I was like, are we sure this is not like a Dale Earnhardt remembrance race?
You
And
know,
there was basically Dale Earnhardt, Richard Petty, and Jeff Gordon, because there were like five schemes of each of those drivers.
you know, what's the craziest thing ever about me is that I don't think anyone else has done this, but I've been to 22 races at Daytona Speedway, and not yet once I have been to one of my local tracks.
Daytona Speedway.
Yes, I've been to Daytona Speedway 22 times, not including practice sessions.
Nah, not Daytona International Speedway. It's Daytona Speedway.
Oh no, I meant international, boys.
I'm gonna actually move that. Thank you. I'm gonna just get the Daytona International Speedway logo and completely eliminate the international word. And there you go, Daytona Speedway.
That is Dale-tona to you, right?
I have a good question.
What?
Who is one driver that, alright, you know, you have Davey Allison and Alan Kulwicki, they were gone too soon. And I always loved Davey Allison.
Yeah.
There is another driver I wish that was still racing to this day. And that was, I mean, he's still alive, and that is Ernie Irvan, because
Yeah.
he was, you know, they called him the Swervin' Irvan.
Daniel Suarez.
Ernie Irvan won in 1991, won the Daytona 1991 Daytona 500 race, but ended up getting in that really bad crash in Michigan in '94, I think, and Ernie Irvan, which in that Michigan crash, it really messed him up bad, and I think a year later, if I'm correct, he actually won in Michigan.
Yeah.
And which Ernie Irvan was, I believe he was in the points lead in '94 at the time of this crash, and he was winning races, and he was one of those drivers where I kind of wish he was still around and racing, but that crash really messed him up.
You know what driver I want to see race again? Pretty old.
Who's that?
I'm not sure if he's alive or not, but this person named Dale Jr. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god, I was literally about to just completely go off on. Oh, by the way, GT, you can share that with your friends.
Alright. Alright. Oh my god.
On Twitter, just look on your Twitter DMs.
Daytona Speedway. How dare you take out international?
It's not Daytona Speedway, it's the Speedway. Here, I'm gonna check this out. This is incredible. Here we go. There we go. There we go. Y'all can look at it now.
You know what's funny was, speaking of Daytona Speedway, was I DM'd Carnation and I was like, yo, can I make the logo for the Pepsi, or what, not the Pepsi, the Despacito 500? And you're like, sure, but we already got 6 entries. I don't know if he'll make it in. I send it to him and the next thing he's like, oh my god. We're using that.
It was a masterpiece.
I know. I was like, I think he's gonna change his mind once he sees this.
Tell me why he ain't nothing but
Hey, I don't want to be demonetized.
No, copyrighted content.
Oh no, look what you did.
Yeah, Carnation, speaking about that, when you messaged him that Chase Elliott winning in Kansas video, I never got copyrighted on the Watkins Glen video when Chase won.
Oh.
That's the thing that really was kind of odd. I was like, you know what, I think it'd be okay for me to do
The
that.
Roval and Kansas have both been like taken down.
Yeah.
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 All right.
I think it's because like they're the eliminator rounds, but then they put it back up like the next day,
Yeah. So,
just so that the actual NASCAR channel can get the most views.
it is
Kind of, I mean, I understand why they do it, but the thing is, like, why take down the reaction videos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear a spotter in the background who's playing Heat 3.
Not me. Definitely not me. No.
Alright. Well, it's 9:01 p.m. down here in Eastern Standard Time, so that means that we're going to end the podcast. It was really great having everyone
There's one
here.
more thing we have to talk about, though.
What?
There's one more.
Yes.
I never got my Daytona pick in.
Alright. Who do you think's going to win the Daytona 500 that you might possibly go to?
Okay, it's gonna be Brendan Gaughan. No, I'm kidding.
Yes!
I probably won't make it to Daytona.
Oh, and I also have
500.
this. I'm just sending
Been a long time.
a bunch of really weird memes at this point. I sent him the Daytona International Speedway logo. I took the Daytona thing to the International Speedway.
You triggered me. Alright, Super Squad, so who's your prediction to win the 500? Did you say it already, or?
Brian Bling.
You know what? That's
He's
actually
like
my
been
second
really
pick.
good.
That's actually my second pick. Well,
go pick.
it's 9:02 p.m., which means that it's time to go. So,
9:04 for me. I don't know what kind of time travel drugs you're on.
I'm on Daytona. Alright,
Yeah, Daytona drugs.
anyways, that's gonna end it. Who wants to say their final words?
Oh, I do.
Alright, Carnation, go first.
Almost heaven, West Virginia. I'm gonna stop before I hit the commitment song.
Alright,
Anyways,
demonetization. Anyways,
demonetization time.
Carbon, you got any final words?
I want to say thank you guys for tuning in to
This is my channel.
to the podcast. To the podcast of Giovanni Torado. Go subscribe to his channel. And
Go
also
subscribe to
his
Smoke
podcast.
Carbon.
But I'm also going to live stream Red Dead Redemption 2 right now, so hope see a couple of y'all joining in. But
I don't have that game.
it was having fun. It was having fun doing a podcast with EGO and Carnation
Yeah.
and Super Squad.
Super Squad. So, you got any final words?
Actually, I'm gonna do something before this ends. You should probably consider final words. I can check.
Okay. Thank you guys for tuning in to Giovanni Tridajos.
Oh my god!
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to all of us in here. And
Alright.
yeah.
Thank you for watching, and see you in the next